Hey everybody, welcome to the page. Excited to share some nuggets with you today. Please, before we get started, make sure you like and subscribe to the video, comment, share it with your friends. We'd love to be able to get more content that's relevant to you like this. And today we're going to be walking you all through how to identify markets that have activity, how to verify what your comps should look like, and how to generate leads quickly and get in and out of markets and hopefully get to six figures in 12 months or less. So one of the first free tools we like to use are Zillow. Zillow is a great tool because you can see market activity nationally, and there's no cost to it. And so, what I like to do is I like to filter out houses, commercial assets, especially for this exercise because we're going to be focusing on land. But you'll see that once you master land, you can start to replace the asset types over and over again. So you can maybe move in houses or commercial properties, and this stuff is definitely repeatable. And you can really make some great money and keep a constant flow of leads in. So what we're doing is outbound marketing. Outbound marketing is important because when you get started, nobody knows you, right? So you're establishing who you are, your brand, what problem you're solving, and I would say don't focus necessarily on the money up front. Focus on like what solution you're providing for your potential clients, because a lot of these people have been hit up a lot, and they're getting hustled, they're getting scammed, and they want to make sure that if they do work with you, that you're going to be able to help them and you're going to be able to get the deal done. So we don't necessarily wholesale. We actually are going to show you how to leverage other people's money and be principals in the deal. So if you'd like more information on how to be a principal and how to use our money to buy lots, just comment below and we'll send over that information to you ASAP. So again, we are going to hit our drop downs here. We're going to hit sold. I like 50K or above. 50K, it's kind of a minimum threshold to get us excited. Typically, you can find really good deals and make some good money. And if you're thinking about doing this to replace your full time job, we're not trying to create another job for you, right? Like we're trying to give you financial freedom, especially in this season, right? When people are burnt out from corporate America and they want to take control of their lives back, I think this is a great way to do it. 50,000, is kind of our entry point to get in the game. You may get deals cheaper than that, but as far as looking for what is selling at around that number, we start at 50,000. Hit apply, lots and land. Hit apply, and then when you go down to more, 5,000 square feet is my minimum lot that I'm looking at. Um, let's keep it at an acre for now. Let's cap it at an acre, and then we could always open it up. I'm going to zoom in on Orlando because we were actually doing a little research down there. But as you can see, like we're in Texas, but man, the coastline is really going crazy right now. But you can drill into these areas, y'all, and really like get into the details. Zillow, I mean, you can get you can go granular, you can go really in detail and, get street views and see kind of what's going on. But for the purpose of this exercise, like I said, we're going to go down to Orlando and we're going to look at a couple of good deals and see what we can find. My eyes kind of on this $70,000 area here. And let's filter into Orlando. All right, so it's got Orlando blocked off. Again, not a whole lot of activity, but enough. Now, if I open it up, though, for the past 90 days, okay, we've had about 27 lots sold. Obviously, a house floating here. You know, just disregard that. But I can kind of see a couple comps right here, right? Like I can see a lot, 8,000 square feet, sold for 70. Another one sold for 70. Okay, so almost a quarter acre sold for 170. This one sold for 115. So you're kind of catching the gist, right? 100,000 here. That one looks like it had some prep work done. But nonetheless, you can kind of see, okay, lots are moving and there's a good, there's some meat on the bone. So I'm gonna pop over to PropWire. I've already pulled a list, but I'll walk you through the list that I pulled. So I pulled Orlando, Florida. I went down to vacant lots, property type land, and then this is what I love, and this is called stacking. So our job is to find motivation. The days of praying and spraying and just texting big crazy lists are over. You want to be really prescriptive with who you're reaching out to, and you want to use the data to help you understand, like, is there any motivation behind it. So I like to look at first filtering out my lots 5,000 to 88,000 square feet. So anywhere between 5,000 square feet or 2 acres. Owner filters, I'm going to hit out of state. I'm going to hit individuals, business, banks, or trusts, tax delinquent. 7 years ownership. Why did you pick these, Reggie? One, out of state, you're not maintaining it. If you've been paying on it for 7 years, depending on what your, property tax rate is, like, it's just an asset that is bleeding you, and you're not making any money on it unless you're renting it out or something, which most of these people aren't. Banks, this is a free nugget. They're not in the market to own properties. So they typically want to collect on what they loaned out to the original owner. Send them a mailer, write them a letter, use ChatGPT. I can also show you how to make LOIs with ChatGPT. Comment below if you want a video on that. How to make your LOIs, letters of intent to purchase. You can also email them. But this opens it up. It gives you a little bit more data to look at and work through. I always throw tax delinquent on there because that's just a great motivating factor for people, especially out of state. And I've got to deal with managing this asset, and I'm behind in taxes too. Let's definitely do something. Shout out Pat Mahomes. That's my son's. I've taken over his room, half of it as a office. But yeah, you've got some motivating factors here, and then I want to turn the equity up too. So 75% or more. This is to make sure that there's the ability for the owner to sell and not necessarily lose, right? And for you to be able to make some money. So save and close. I got 8 properties. Oh man, Reggie, that's not a lot. Right, but this is a highly motivated list based off of the stacking that you've done. And now you have people that when you reach out to, it's not overwhelming to hit 8 people. And you rinse and repeat this process in different areas and cities. And now you're talking to people that have motivation versus managing multiple VAs and crazy lists. And I'm telling you, that's not the move. You want to get in and snipe out great deals, and this is how you do it. So remember, we've got kind of some baseline numbers. At least 70,000 is what a traditional lot's going to sell for. So that's a traditional lot, right? 1219 Pine Street. I love it. Looks good. Let's see, if you scroll down, looks like there's maybe some tax issues on it. The whole nine. PropWire is going to show you owner info, but I like to match it up with a tool called Landglide that I'm going to show you here in a second, and it'll let you know if this is still the owner. But you've got an address if she's still the owner. But let's take this into Landglide. Landglide is great. It has property records, parcel details, the whole nine, and it shows you some great stuff. So let's put the address in here. Okay. All right, so it's shooting over to the other side of town. What I like to look at too, so I know this is a lot. It's got road access, houses, all up and down this bad boy. You've got some LLCs. So you know some stuff is happening, right? LLCs are not just owning these to sit on them. They're either hiding their assets or they're planning to build. And so if you kind of zoom out, though, you can also just peek, just see if maybe you find another lot, something without a house. I look for estates, all kind of things. Now, I don't see any extra lots, so I'm going to, let me go back to the subject property. All right, so we know owners here, confirmed, road access, everything. Okay, so first layer, what I would do, I got the owner's information. I would go and I would send them a letter. Get you a stamp, get you an envelope, drop it in the mail. Hey, I see you live in New York. I see you own this amazing lot. I wanted to put together an offer. You can send an offer in the mail, a blind offer, 50,000. You know it's going to sell for at least 70. Or you can send a letter of intent to purchase, and or you could just send a postcard marketing who you are. I'm finding the most effective for blind offers. You put the offer out, have a place for them to sign, maybe put a QR code or an email address or a number they could text, and they'll send it back to you. It's off to the races. Another thing that you can do is now you're like, I want to figure out what her phone number is, but I don't want to be paying for it. I mean, skip tracing is inexpensive, but let's say you want to keep this thing really, really, really inexpensive. What I would say to do is hop on over to Cyber Background Checks, and I like to search by address, y'all, because again, if you search by name, I mean that's not a super common name, the one that we saw on the owner side, but still, like sometimes the names are really common, and then you get all these records and you can't find the right person. The address I'm going to search for is the address that, Orlando, Texas, sorry, y'all. The address you're going to search for is going to be the one that the property is registered under. Okay, here we go. That is the owner. Okay, so now you got address. Let's see if that's the same. Yep. Okay, so you confirm that's the current address, right? So now, again, you popping that address out. They live pretty far from this lot. Maybe it was inheritance. Who knows, right? They haven't done anything with it. We know they've owned it for at least 7 years. Now you got phone numbers, y'all. Boom, boom, boom. Data. When was the last time they were reported as active? Cell phones. You got numbers. Now you're calling, reaching out. Know what you got to do to get in contact. You also have emails. Sending an email. Hey, boom, boom, this is me. You got other names, and sometimes you even get relatives right here and associates. Now, I wouldn't call a relative if the person is living. I mean, you got to be really savvy. We do it, and we have a really great team and a great script. But if it were a deceased property owner, yeah, you're calling heirs. But if they're living, I wouldn't bring other people into their business. It could make stuff really messy and burn credibility with the seller. But you can kind of see also business stuff. So they're doing things. They're running plays. They're making stuff happen. So again, this is all just data that you can use to sort of prepare your conversation and your talk track, and who you're talking. And so with this data here, we may even look them up on socials. But again, you've got information where you can get in contact with them and really make stuff happen. Another tool I like to use is TruthFinder. Now, TruthFinder is a paid tool, but it's really great too, just based off of everything that you get with it. So I'm going to get the address again first. And let's pull up this property owner here. It's crazy how much data is out there that you can get for free. But yeah, let's pull it up. Okay, here's the property asset. Open. All right. Now, here's a couple of things that I like to look at. Tell me what you see. I see info here and here, deceased. You can sometimes pull probates right out of here by looking up the address, seeing who owns it. Is it still in this person's name? Has there been any deed transfers in the family? And you can pull leads out here. So there are leads everywhere, y'all. It's not just buying leads, skip tracing a bunch of lists using data service tools. You can find leads everywhere. I just showed you how to drive for dollars with LandGlide, but you can do that all day. So again, I would pull these addresses out, see what's going on there. Maybe it's a rental, maybe it's a bunch of people God bless the dead too, and God bless these people's souls. But nonetheless, let's go down and let's see. Let's confirm ownership. This is who we're looking for. Current owner. It's not a common name. Address matches up with what we saw in PropWire and on Landglide. So we're good. We know this is who it is. Sometimes there's multiple responses and you're going to have to do a little digging, but we open up this report. We know this is our property owner. It's just thinking a little bit. Sorry, y'all. Okay. Report's not available. So sometimes that happens, y'all. Let's hit it one more time and let's just see. It may not be. It's okay. All right. So this report was removed, and it's okay. You know, we can't access that data, but we did get some stuff off of cyber background checks that you can use. Let's look at one more. So again, a great lead. Go ahead and grab it and reach out to them. And that's free. That's on the house. Let's see if we can find another one. I had looked at a really good one earlier. Let's check this one out. Out of state owner. Let's pull it up. So I like to hit it in Landglide first. Okay. All right, different name. All right, so let's see what's happening. Okay. So you got two lots here that are about 5,000, almost 6,000 square feet, and you got a lot here too. This is who our subject owner was. So she owns. She doesn't have an address on it, but she owns this asset. So you've got parcel ID number, and then they own 1825. And then this one doesn't have an address, but you've got parcel ID. So you've got a potential of 3 here. So that's a 3-piece. I love a 3-piece. I'm greedy. So you got 3 pieces here, 2 pieces with a biscuit, however you want to look at it. And now you just have found 3 leads, right? Out-of-state owners for both. And you're able to, again, go through cyber background, skip trace them, find the property owners, reach out to them. Again, hit them with a call, an email, a handwritten letter. If you can, a text, if you can, on socials, and have a follow-up process. Let me show y'all what we're doing. I'm going to show y'all what we're doing with one of our CRMs. We use a couple, but we do use some Podio. Shout out to TJ. He built out a fire workspace for us here. We've got some integrations that I just want to show you all. We do set this up as well. We do mentorships, we do trainings, we do the whole 9. So if you want something a little bit more turnkey, just let us know. We'd love to help. But this is how we kind of manage our leads. I love Podio because it's mobile, so you can access it on your phone, iOS, Android. I've got an activity log here where you can, communicate back and forth. You can assign it to one of the team members. Obviously, you've got names, addresses, some really cool motivations and lead statuses that we can, kind of phase through the pipeline. We've got ouchies or, motivating factors that could potentially, create more motivation for the person to sell the asset. You've got property details here. You've got a notes field where you can add in notes. When you stick a number, so let's just do yellow cab. Shout out to the San Antonio cabs. All right, now we have Just Call integrated, and so you can call and text from here. Our main CRM is Flipping Pro. Flipping Pro is phenomenal. That's where we do most of our automations and things of that nature. But we do use Podio for our high target leads, and it just really works for us. We've got a great process and a great flow. But nonetheless, this is how we're managing everything. And so I would recommend, instead of working off of a CSV, you do need to invest in a good CRM and have something set up that, can track your leads, because follow-up is key. It's very rare that you're going to get somebody on the first hit to respond and to agree to sell. And so you need workflows that are tied in to your system that can automate things and be reaching out to people while you sleep. But nonetheless, y'all, I hope you found value in this video. Remember to comment below if you want to learn how to use our money to buy and be principal in these sales. Comment below if you want some free scripts. If you want a copy of this, of some of the templates we're using for mailers, just let us know. Looking forward to helping you. God bless, and talk to you again soon. Thanks.